Hi there, Michael from Parallax Live here to tell you about today's biggest gaming news story. DriveClub was one of the most botched launches of 2014, and in a year that includes Halo the Master Chief Collection and Assassin's Creed Unity, that's really saying something. Now, we've been expecting the PlayStation Plus version of the game since October of 2014. This is a stripped back version of the game that was supposed to have been made available to PlayStation Plus subscribers at no extra cost to their original subscription. However, so far, because the multiplayer was so broken on launch, the game was withdrawn and indefinitely delayed. However, in an interview by Metro's Game Central, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe CEO Jim Ryan has basically refused to guarantee that it will ever be released. Here's the quote from the interview. Game Central's David Jenkins says, "Is there still going to be the free PlayStation Plus version?" Jim Ryan says, "That's still being looked at." David Jenkins says, "You can't guarantee that it will ever happen." Jim Ryan says, "I can't say anything at this stage." Basically, Sony have refused to guarantee that the PlayStation Plus version of DriveClub is still going to be released. Now, anyone who watches my YouTube channel or show will know that I've been pretty annoyed with Sony about the whole DriveClub debacle. Not so much because it's broken, I mean that's kinda bad enough, but more the way they've behaved in the wake of releasing this broken game. First of all, I just want to clear up one point. The PlayStation Plus version is often described as the free version. It's not free, it's a promised part of the subscription that you're already paying. It's essentially part of a service that PlayStation Plus subscribers have been sold, and therefore its continuing absence is even more unacceptable. Secondly, the PlayStation Plus version has actually been publicised and promised before the PlayStation 4 even launched. This was going to be a big launch title, but it got delayed by a year. And here we are, nearly 18 months later, and it's still not arrived. We don't really accept Evolution and Sony's excuses about the game's launch problems being unavoidable as being valid either. I mean, first of all, the whole issue could have been prevented with an open beta. That is, after all, what an open beta is for. We're not talking about what is open beta to kind of become, which are glorified demos. No, we're talking about an actual proper open beta where anyone can play a very small portion of the game and stress test the servers. And then one of two things happens. Either one, the servers are fine, in which case the game can launch without incident, or number two, the servers fall over, in which case the developers know to hold on to the code for a little bit longer and get it fixed before releasing it. Now obviously number two would have happened in this stage, and this would have prevented the entire debacle that actually occurred when DriveClub launched in October. Now, I don't think anyone could ever suggest that the botched launch was in any way intentional. This was purely incompetence on the part of Sony and Evolution. However, what you can say is that it has absolutely been capitalised upon by Sony. What I mean by this is which version was withdrawn. Why, of course, the version that's available to people who have essentially already paid for it. So people who have paid for PlayStation Plus, well, they don't get access to the game. However, people who are willing to give extra money over, that extra £50 as it was upon release, well, they get to have the game as broken and unplayable as it was when it launched in October 2014. And so basically, by hanging on to the PlayStation Plus edition, sales of the full edition have been driven up. And this is evident when you look at the best-selling format exclusive of 2014, which is, of course, none other than DriveClub. The lesson to be learnt from all of this, though, is that by capitalising on this mistake, the tactic has actually worked. By keeping hold of the PlayStation Plus edition, the big chiefs at Sony have looked around and said, well, you know what, DriveClub has actually done really, really well, even though we released it in a completely broken and unfinished state, and even though we've basically screwed over our entire PlayStation Plus fanbase, it's paid off. We've made a whole load of money from this. It's the best-selling format exclusive of 2014, and that's a shame. The fact that Sony are turning around over 4.5 months after the PlayStation Plus version was promised and saying that, oh well, actually, you know what, now that the main game has sold so well and we don't really care about the PlayStation Plus version, the fact that we've been promising that for damn near 2 years, the fact that you know, we basically sold a whole load of PlayStation Plus subscriptions on the basis that people would be receiving a stripped back version of this game. Hey, we don't really care about that, because you know what? DriveClub sold, so we're happy, we've made our money, and you lot can pretty much get stuffed. And we're not particularly impressed with that kind of behaviour. We hate to see anti-consumer behaviour from any format holder, whether that's Sony, Microsoft or anyone. And we think Sony have basically stepped well over the line of what is acceptable. If you enjoyed this report, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.